Hello, I'm Sid Strike. This video is for trainers. But if you're not a trainer, you're still welcome to watch. In this video, I want to give trainers some ideas on how to deliver an amazing, effective and exciting course on coaching skills, coaching for managers. It's a course that I deliver myself, and I want to show you what I do and why I do it and how I believe it works. And this is not just about being able to coach, but also using a coaching style of leadership. So let's get started. First off, I'm going to take for granted you've got your objectives and that kind of thing all sorted out. You know what you want out of your training course. So I'm really looking at content. And this is how I do mine. Here's the interesting thing, what I don't do. I don't start with a coaching model, whatever that model may be. I'm not saying you can't. One of the interesting things I'm going to share with you is that training, for me, has to be done like building blocks. We need to build a foundation first. And sometimes that foundation is about knowledge and understanding, and sometimes actually it's easier to make a foundation skills and then build the knowledge around that. So in designing a training course for coaching, I think I prefer to start with the foundation being about understanding what coaching is about. So after a fun icebreaker, I get my group straight into discussing and understanding an interactive session on understanding the difference between coaching, training, facilitating, teaching. What is the difference? Getting them to understand that. And that's nice and easily done just through general discussion, trainer-centered if you want, but bouncing ideas and asking people what they think and finishing off some definitions. And there are numerous definitions on coaching, depending on how you want to use coaching within your organisation, so you can tailor it. So we've got them now thinking, wow, I can see why coaching is different to training. And I'm beginning to understand facilitating, how is it different to mentoring, all those kind of things. But now I want to start getting them thinking about this process. So again, I want to give them some activity. I want to get them doing something that focuses them on, is this the right way to coach? So I put them into groups and I give my delegates, I give them an activity to do where some people are going to show other people how, in fact I use building a tower, but you could use any activity. And as they're building this tower, there's another group of people watching, and their job is to observe and afterwards deliver a coaching session to help the builders do better next time, to help them improve their performance. So when the activity is completed, I send the observers out of the room. I want them to discuss how they're going to coach the builders or whatever the activity was. I wonder, how are you going to coach these people to perform better next time? And they have that discussion outside of the room, and then they come back in and they begin a coaching session, and it's really interesting. It just so varies. Sometimes in their planning session, the observers, or the coaches as I call them, they get focused very much on the task. And so when they come into the room, they start telling their builders, this is how you should have done it, this is what you need to do next time, this is the best way to get maximum profit out of this activity, etc., etc. Others will come and they will do it differently, and they'll ask, what do you think, how do you think it went, if you've got any ideas for improving. I think you can see already now why I do this activity. It's great. And then I summarise and I actually facilitate the whole group in what did we learn from that. So in a way I'm demonstrating coaching in group coaching by facilitating. So now I've got them thinking of coaching not just being about tell, but being about something else, more in the engaging and the interrogative way, questioning and getting people thinking for themselves. And I help them to understand the benefits of that before I move on. I have other activities I use. I have a little thing to help them understand that coaching and facilitating is about throwing back the ball, not giving answers, throwing the questions back to them. But then now we need to start moving into some practical experience. But before I get them actually coaching, we're not even looking at the model yet. What I want to do now is help them to understand good listening skills. And so we do some training and some practice around listening skills. And then I show them a model. Sometimes I use the John Whitmore Grow model. Sometimes I use my own dream model. You're welcome to look these up. And having shown the model, there's different ways now, it's up to you. I demonstrate it a little bit. And I always tell them I make mistakes as well, so you can give me some feedback. I usually get a volunteer that's willing to come to the front with me and sit down and be coached. And it's amazing, I do get them. And I only go part way through the model, and then I get them to discuss what they thought of it, and talk them through the rest of the model. And then we break up into pairs and people coach each other. And you'd be surprised, everybody's got a problem at work they'd like to talk about. So using the model is very, very easy to use. Then of course we come back and explore how it felt, were there any difficulties, and we discuss ideas and we move on from there. It's a great interactive way of delivering a coaching session. If you'd like more on how to deliver this course, keep an eye open, there's more to come.